Okay guys, welcome back. Alliance War number 2, season 32. We got Spiderman 2099, White Mags, and Guillotine 29 putting in some work on Path 5. We're going to start off there. We also have the Path 9 fights coming up soon as well. We got this Darkhawk. We usually would use regular Magneto, but Magneto is banned this war, so we cannot use him. So we're going to go ahead and go with Guillotine 2099. We're just not going to knock him down. We're just going to take the damage from that ramps up with Guillotine 2099. I'm not going to worry about getting rid of the protection because this is ebb and flow knockdown. So normally you do want to knock him down, but then he's going to go debuff immune. It also doesn't work with Darkhawk and his auto blocks. So we really just want to have him spam special ones. We're going to take those on the block, counter after them each time, build up to a special 3, wait for that 5%. And with Guillotine 2099, if we finish with a special 3, we're going to start our next fight with 100 combo. And it means she's going to be hitting so much harder at the beginning of the next fight. If you're new to the channel, I run 2 accounts in the same battle group for Alliance War. So Path 5 typically and Path 9 will do lots of the shared mini bosses, lots of like boss circle fights, and we're on a streak of like 12. We're going for like our 13th or 14th straight boss fight. Unfortunately, we'll see what happened with the boss, but we'll get there. Next up is another ebb and flow knockdown heavy hitter, Hitmonkey. Again, Hitmonkey is another one of those characters that you don't really want to knock down, which is why he shows up on ebb and flow knockdown. So we are going to see how fast this fight actually is, especially when you are starting with Guillotine 29 with the 100 combo. So again, it's going to be a pretty short fight. And again, if you're new to the channel, I'm boosted up for most of these fights. I do have to speed up the fights a little bit, sometimes a little more than others, depending on how long the fight takes. I just don't want to be too boring. But again, this war we have a total of 17 fights, which again, you're not going to find more fights in a single war than here. Fortunately, we had a text message, so we just edited that out there. But that's fine, not a problem. We're going to go ahead here and continue. Again, same thing, get to a special 3, get to 5%, drop a special 3. It only took like 50 hits to take down this Hitmonkey. Take his soul and go to the next fight with 100 hits. Now, we had this fight in the first war. We had Nick Fury on ebb and flow knockdown, power focus 1, and bubble shield. So we are going to go in with Magneto House of X, White Mags here. We're going to put on our guidance boost for an extra 15% attack. And I'm going to do exactly what I said I was going to do. I should have done in the last war. I'm going to focus a little bit more on the bubble shield to make sure that if I'm close to 10 hits, I can let him dash in. Unfortunately, I was going for that exact thing. Go for the evade. I had an invulnerability boost on just in case, and I lose my invulnerability boost right at the start, which kind of stinks, but that's okay. We're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to make it all work here. We're going to be fine. We're going to drop a special 3 because that's fine. We'll get a big chunk of damage. But again, we want to bait some heavy attacks. We want to try and push him to special 2. We don't want to deal with that special 1 when it's going to go unblockable. So we're going to try and do a few more things that we should have. There I got the 10th hit was unblockable. I dashed back, triggered the unblockable. There I go ahead and again, bait a heavy attack. We're going to drop a special 1 there. Okay, we got him into his second phase. Nick Fury, he gets that life model decoy. Now we just got to be careful that his special ones are going to give him like 8 tactical charges. So he's at 10, so the next one is going to put him over like 15. It's going to be unblockable. But if he's at 16 now, his next one is probably, I think, is going to push him to 24, which is going to reset to the 0. So I'm not too worried about it, but he is unblockable because he's over like 15 tactical charges. But I get an intercept in there. That special 1, again, is not going to be unblockable. I can intercept it, no problem. One more, intercept, bait out, like Dex the end of it, counter it, we're done. It's great. Learned from my mistakes last time. Now, we have a power snack, backup recovery, Ebony Maw. We bring in Spiderman 2099. I did put the guidance boost on just for an extra 15% attack. Now this fight works out phenomenally well. I do get off a couple. Try to get off a couple heavy attacks before, like at least one before I drop that nice big special 2. The only thing I did, I'd already knocked him down a couple times. Now I went in for a bunch of ruptures, countering that special 1, and then I totally forgot for a second about the falter. I'm going to notice that there's a falter approaching, coming up right there. It pops up in red on my side. So I back up, wait for that falter timer to disappear, go in, go get a bunch more ruptures. I do get that, I do get another special 2 off. He's almost done. I'm just waiting to bait out that special 1. I noticed the approaching falter again, so I back off. And then here, I thought I was going to be able to get him down with a couple hits into the block, but I forgot about the the falter for the 3rd time. I took a little bit of degen damage. Doesn't matter. It's the only fight I needed Spider-Man 2099 for, and he did exactly what I wanted him to do. Now we're going to go on to Path 9. This is the Hazard Shift path. So Hazard Shift, Incinerate Poison. We're going to go in with our buddy Kingpin. We got the Hood Synergy and an Apocalypse on our team. The Hood Synergy is just going to help us purify debuffs faster. And this first fight, Black Widow Deadly Origins, super fast. This fight is over before you know it. And we're on to Morningstar. Same thing, Hazard Shift, but I think it's got Feats of Indestructible 1. So when you get to 1 bar of power, the opponent is going to be invulnerable for a few seconds. But what I like to do with Kingpin is I throw my special 1 anyways, because when I put the degen buff from the special 1 on the opponent, then the next time I throw the special 1, or next time I get to 1 bar of power, I'm not likely to trigger the invulnerability boost. And like you see right there, super fast, just like that. That fight is done. We're going to jump onto the mini on the right side, which has Window of Opportunity stun, and it's going to put the Disorient on you when you get a block. So at least I have a chance to purify the Disorient with Kingpin. Here, Dragon Man, I'm going to take that special 1 on the block to get rid of his power gain buff. Now, when he has the Window of Opportunity stun timer down, I have an opportunity to stun him and get rid of the power gain buff, but there I didn't have time to, so again, took the special 1 on the block to get rid of his power gain buff, or his power charge. There you can see I was able to parry to get rid of it right before his special 2 because the Window of Opportunity stun timer was down, so that was pretty clutch. Nice timing there. One more special 1 evade on the block, and then he's done. Now we're going to jump a little bit quickly over to the mini on the middle section. This is the Crumbling Armor Footloose Kinetic Transference Havoc. Again, Guillotine 2099, because we had finished the previous fight with a special 3. We're starting with a 100 combo. Super fast fight. Really not a problem. We're not gonna aim. We're gonna use the special 1 here to keep him power controlled. We're gonna try and bait heavy attacks, and with like only 38% remaining, he throws his first special. I just back off, wait for the evade and unstoppable buffs to disappear, attack back in again, spam another special 1, bait his, and again, this is only taking, it's going to take like less than 50 hits to get down this annoying Havoc on a tricky node. Only like, there we go, 36 hits to get him down. Amazing. Now we're going to continue up on Path 5. We got a Kitty Pryde. Again, this one is the Ebb and Flow Intercept. Sorry, I forgot to put the node up there, but it's the Ebb and Flow Intercept Kitty Pryde here. And I've done this one before with Guillotine. In the first war, I think we made sure to have the 100 charge to start. Here we don't, but it doesn't matter. The key thing against Kitty Pryde is you don't want to deal with her phasing. In order for her to phase, she needs 3 prowess. She gets prowess by you parrying Kitty and from getting critical hits against her. There, unfortunately, I had an invulnerability boost up just in case, and I went in too early on the special 2 and lost the little combo that I had disappeared right at the start. But that's fine. So the key thing is, again, no crits, and Guillotine can't crit. and no parries, so we're going to play this one stun immune as best as we can. And even though it's ebb and flow intercept, if we can get the intercept, great. If we can't, I just believe that Guillotine is going to build up enough power because she ramps up. The more damage, the more hits in her combo meter, the more damage she is going to be dishing out. So I am going to look for the intercept if I can get it, but for the most part, I just want her to be nice and actually throw a special. Here, we're waiting. There, throw that special too. This time I'm actually going to wait for her to pop out of the ground. There, we get a nice intercept. We're already at 50 hits, so we're going to get some decent damage in. I did throw a special 1 there, and now I kind of realize, okay, if I want to get the next fight with 100 combo, I'm going to have to wait and try and build up to a special 3. Now I'm going to try specifically not to intercept and try and prolong this fight just a little bit more and see if in the last 17% here, if I can get all the way up to a special 3. I'm going to get super close here. I'm in the range to throw that special 3. I don't have it yet. I'm going to go ahead, throw a few more hits, let her hit. Now I'm like, okay, let her hit into my block, push me to a special 3. Works like a charm. Drop the special 3. Get away the final 2%, and we're looking good for the next fight. Next fight is a ebb and flow intercept Rhino, and Rhino, when he dashes in, can go unblockable and unstoppable. So we really wanted to start with the 100 hit combo so that we can get rid of this Rhino fight as quick as we can. Rhino, so I'm not going to be intercepting him at all. I'm just going to go ahead. I don't want to accidentally intercept him while he has the unstoppable or unblockable. That would be a terrible situation. So I'm going to sit at my special 3. I'm just going to continue to pound into his block, bait heavies, bait special 1s, bait special 2s. Anything but an intercept against this Rhino, and he is going to drop. He's melting just because of the damage from Guillotine, because she started with that 100 combo. And then we're waiting for that magic 5%. Drop it, and we will have the charge ready for the next fight. Guillotine is just having an awesome war, this war. She's been phenomenal for me. You know, I know everyone's got their unique champions that they like, but Kingpin's been great as always, and Guillotine putting up a big show in this war. So Ebb and Flow Intercept, Mighty Charge, Domino, and again, Guillotine starting with a 100 combo. We don't have to worry about intercepting Domino at all. We have class advantage in this fight. We cannot go unlucky. We can take some critical failure damage. And I think that's really anything we take. I know when Domino has lucky, you can see there, I'm a little careful that if she evades that I'm going to back off. Again, there, nice counter after her special 1. Now we're already at a special 3. She's got a bunch of evades there. Luckily, we did not get countered. Again, she's happy to throw that heavy attack. Bait that special 2. Just need to get to that magic 5% number. It's almost there. We drop our special 3, and now we have our charge again, which is great. Unfortunately, it's going to be an interesting fight, the next one. So, but really happy that we're starting with a 100 hit combo again. At least we think so. Next up, we have, this one is a Hazard Shift Shock and Bleed, one eye open, Spider-Ham, one eye open, meaning I basically have to play this fight as stun immune, because if any hits, I can stun Spider-Ham here, but any damage I do while he's stunned would be reflected, but Kingpin just slaughters him on this node, which is great. Now I brought in Apocalypse for this Elsa Bloodstone, because if you take bleed damage with Elsa, if Elsa is bleeding and you are not a mutant, then you are going to take degen. And see here, the guy is running the damaging masteries, so he's got bleed on at the beginning of the fight on that Elsa. And if I had a non-mutant, I would take a bunch of degen. And what I'm going to do is I'm only going to fight during the bleed phase with Apocalypse. So you can see I took a bunch of bleed damage, but now I'm bleed immune for the rest of the quest. So while the shock node is on, I'm just going to hit into Elsa's block, bait that special 1. wait for the, now we're in the bleed phase. I can parry, I can hit, I can bait specials, I can counter, I can do everything I want. Not a problem. Apocalypse does the job. Now, this here, against this Wolverine Weapon X, somebody went in. I called this fight, and because they went in, most of his healing is passive, but because they went in, he has that 4 at the top of the screen, and he gets a regen buff at the beginning of this fight, which he should not have. I should have been able to parry him at the beginning of this fight, but instead, he is unblockable, and all of a sudden, I screw up, I get clipped, my invulnerability boost disappears, my combo is gone, I am completely turned around here, because now you can see he's just getting his passive regen. The problem is that when Wolverine wins a fight, whatever like berserker charges he has, at the end of the fight, it gives him a massive regen buff at the beginning of the next fight. So taking this fight and not getting the solo just screws up whoever is going to come in and do this fight the next time. Because you can see right now, he's got passive regen, which does not trigger the unblockable. So now I basically managed to start this fight basically from scratch. My invulnerability boost is gone. And now I have to try and figure out how I'm going to do this fight normally. Here he gets his berserker charges. He goes unblockable. When the red charges drop down to 0, the unblockable will disappear. And it goes on to cooldown. And I will have an opportunity to parry and hit in if I want to. So now you can see I can go in and parry and hit. The buff is down. My goal here is just to build up the damage with Guillotine 2099 by getting my combo up. Now, if I would have started the fight like this with 100 combo, I think I would have gotten into a very easy rhythm. But because of the starting with a regen buff, it completely threw me off. I didn't realize that that was the case until I had to go back and look at the fight, look at his abilities again, just to double check what the heck was going on, because I went in going, he's not going to be triggering unblockable right away, because he's only going to trigger it when he goes into Berserker. Here, I kind of get screwed up again. Luckily, I'm able to get a combo out of the corner, hit into his block. The Berserker Rage is gone again, so I can parry him if I would like to. I just want him to throw his special there. Luckily, I had my combo shield saved me a little bit there because I have awakened Guillotine 2099. I'm not really saving. Unfortunately, I didn't keep track of my hits there. I should not have thrown that special too. If I would have just held on to my power, I would have been fine. There, I almost die. We are really pushing the limits of what we can do here with Guillotine 2099. Luckily, I'm able to make a little bit of a clutch save here. Beta special 1 again. Throw that special 2 before his Berserker charges reset. Now they're reset. I should have been paying a bit more attention to his charges, because when he gets to like 25, that's when the unblockable and unstoppable kick in. But yeah, right here, so I'm going to back off. Now I got to find a way to get an intercept. I do clutch out that fight. It was huge. But yeah, if I would have gone in from the start without anybody else going in beforehand, it would have been a much better fight. I heal up Guillotine 2099 full. We did this fight in the last war, but we had 100 hits going in. This one we do not. And T-Rex is awakened, so he's going to start with his rock field active. We've done this one before. It is Stunning Reflection, Polka Dot Power. We can get power from our degens. But again, it's Stunning Reflection. We can't take it off. We don't poison. We don't incinerate. So we can't get rid of the Stunning Reflection at all. And unfortunately, I think, again, this fight becomes a little too close for comfort. Just because of the, chances for an accidental parry are always pretty high on Stunning Reflection. I can tell you, it just happens way too often. But here, special 2, doesn't matter. Oh, right there, I take a hit, and luckily the combo shield helps me out there, so I'm still at my 47 hit combo. So luckily, we're able to continue the fight at the moment. We're going to go in, we'll take a few hits in, even though the rock field's active, just to get some spacing, just to at least push him back a little bit. Same thing here. Now the rock field's expired. I can get off a nice big special 2, get my combo all the way up to 74. Unfortunately, I get an unintentional parry. Luckily, my Digicloak saves me a little bit. I have my healing because I keep both of my pre-fight charges on me before the fight, so I get a bunch of healing back. But now it's a race to the finish. He's at 30%. I'm at 28%. I get clipped by the special 1. It's terrible. Luckily, my special 1 gets me a bunch of adrenaline healing back. And this fight is just getting ugly. I've done it. I did it in the last war so clean. So I was maybe a little overconfident coming into this one. But what can you do? As long as we can pull out a clutch solo, that's all we want here. So again, just bait the special 1. Don't get clipped by it. Here we're going to throw in a few hits and back off quickly. We don't want to take that rock field damage. Waiting for the rock field to expire. Get a nice intercept. Again, we're going to use our special 1. We can't power drain him, but we can push him to the other end of the map. We're going to get a few hits on the block even. I don't really care. Just got to get damage in any way necessary. Push him up against the wall. He throws a heavy, and we're able to clutch that one out again. Whew! Clutch solo. That's all that matters. A solo is a solo. It doesn't matter how you slice it. Now we have Hazard Shift, Incinerate, Poison, Stun Immune, MODOK. We've done this fight a million times with Kingpin. The best part about this one is Kingpin, his specials are unblockable when he has his once you get like 7 rage charges, then he gets like his his like, you know, his overpower buff. That's the one. He gets an overpower buff, and if you throw a special 1 in overpower, which is that like gold buff there on the top left, then your specials are unblockable and you don't have to worry about getting auto blocked by MODOK here. And then once you get the special 1 off, the degen is reducing his ability accuracy, so he's less likely to block you when you're attacking in. So we're going to just bait out his special 1 there, work our way up to our own special 1, try and get that one off again. It's okay. If he wants to throw those heavy attacks, that's fine. Bait some heavies. If I can get an intercept, that's great. If not, continue to bait special 1s. There, we finally get an intercept in, get our special 1 off with the unblockable from the overpower buff. Bait another special 1. Finally, MODOK drops. And finally, we have a thing. We have done these thing bosses in the past. Unfortunately, someone went in, died, and we come in to clean up the mess. Not perfect, but we still get it done because Kingpin's a beast, and he's just amazing for for thing here. Now, you can see here, because I threw the special 1, I wasn't sure if he was going to get to 15 rock stacks because the degen from the special 1 reduces the ability accuracy and reduces the chance for me to trigger a rock stack. So you can see right here, now I've pushed him to 15. I pushed him to 1 bar of power. Unfortunately, I don't know what I was thinking. I went in for an intercept there. Then he counters me with a special 1. I have to be like, all right, let's turn the baseball hat around. Let's get our game face on. Let's play smarter. So it's okay. We can, even though we took a special 1 to the face, doesn't matter. Now we're going to get back into the fight. Now he's up to 12 rock stacks. We're going to push him to 15. This time we're going to hit into the block, bait the special 1 properly. Then we're going to get our special 1 off. Now he's early on in his rock stacks, so we're not close to the 15. So now if we hit in and he doesn't gain rock stacks, that's fine. Get off another special 1. We got 2 of the degens on him, so really he's less likely to get any rock stacks. He's up to 6. That's nothing. 7 rock stacks. And again, we get another special 1 off again. All right, we're at 11. We're getting close to 15 again, so we got to keep tabs there. There's like a full 4-hit combo when he stayed at 11 rock stacks. Again, he's at 13. I'm going to go, again, I went with 2 hits. Now I'm just going to go ahead, hit into the block, build him up to 15 rock stacks again. I'm not going to hit in there this time. I'm just going to back off, let him either turtle up or throw a special. There he does. He throws it, come in, get my special 1 off again. Same rotation the entire time. and we are going to just heal up actually for the rest of this fight. Like, I think we were down below close to 50%, and now we're back up to, I think we're going to finish up over 60%. So pretty nice with Kingpin. And that's it for this war. 17 fights, close. We bent but didn't break. So we continue to be deathless this season. So we'll see how long the streak goes. But 35 fights between the two wars, 35-0. Let's keep the streak alive, guys. See you next time.